second, I had three choices in front of me. Any would clear my path to safety, and all would have rippling consequences.
Tell me everything. Where can I learn to shoot like that?
A good mentor and practice. This wasn't the first time I went eye to eye with that hideous beast, and while that shot was certainly in self-defense, that arrow was a bit vengeful, I'm afraid, but let's continue that story in the daytime. It's about to get a tad more scary.
Dragons don't scare me, even those with all their eyes. If I ever come across that dragon, I'll finish him off for you, and I'll be known throughout Daventry as Gwendolyn the Brave.
That's quite a bold plan, one that requires a steadfast gut and a deft hand.
Well, hello, cousin. I'm glad you're finally here. He's been asking about you for days. I had to sit through the same story 5 times.
We got here as fast as we could, and I like Grandpa's stories, especially the ones with dragons.
Ah, yes, the legendary beast he went eye to eye with. I don't know if he forgets I've heard that story before, or if he doesn't care, but he loves telling it to anyone that will listen.
Tell me everything. How did you know shooting the bell would distract him?
Over the years, I realized that the dragon was not the despicable, hideous beast Daventry had made him out to be. He was just a caged animal that was very hungry. I, too, would be violently angry if I could only eat when my neglectful owner rang the bell. I know it was a sneaky trick, but I certainly wasn't going to set a dragon loose on the town or participate in any more abuse.
You really thought that through, Grandpa. I would have tricked him, too. Back home, they call me Gwendolyn the Smarty Pants.
You come from a long line of logically minded nobles, and one very clever dentist.
Well, hello, cousin.
Guards!
I'm glad you're finally here. He's been asking about you for days. I had to sit through the same story 5 times.
We got here as fast as we could, and I like Grandpa's stories, especially the ones with dragons.
Ah, yes, the legendary beast he outsmarted with its own dinner bell. I don't know if he forgets that I've heard that story before, or if he just doesn't care, but he loves telling it to anyone that will listen.
Looked like a blacksmith shop of sorts. Big, round. That should do the trick.
I thought this might do the trick.
A shield, eh? Whoa, it matches impeccably with the delicately crafted color scheme of this entire operation. Makes quite the bold statement. Mm-hmm, just like my shorts. This is perfect. I hope you didn't pay too much for it. Now, let's Vamanusi from this meadowland, Mr. Fancy Cakes. It is go time.
Hey, Graham. If you like sharp things, you've come to the right place. We have over 23. Oh, forgive me. Last night was a little rough. I woke up on the floor, my bed nowhere to be found. Can you believe that? What type of yahoo steals a bed while you're sleeping in it? And the most curious part, nothing else is missing. Usually, that sleep depriver would be hunted down and fed to the crumbler. But today is different. Today, I sold a shield while I was out watching the parade, and money always puts me in a better mood. Sorry, those locks weren't meant for you. First my bed goes missing, and now this act of cowardice. When I catch those thieves, their keysters are gonna get a walloping from me and Mrs. Crumbler. Speaking of, have you seen anyone carrying my missing shield around town?
I'm pretty sure I saw one of the guards sliding down a hill on it.
Sounds about right. This shop will remain locked. I'm not about to let them put their shiny little hands on something they will undoubtedly cause distress with.
Nope, I can't say that I have.
Well, I better keep my doors locked until I find that thief. It's a precautionary measure. No walloping in the shop.
So, I took the shield, but it was for a good cause. This poor man who lives in his cart was stranded out by a river, and all he wanted was a wheel. So I came into town, and I couldn't find anyone to pay, so I borrowed the shield and brightened up that sad man's day. So, I'm sorry about that.
Huh. I'm standing here telling you I'm gonna crumble the person who stole my shield, and you come clean. Right to my face? Now that's boldness I can admire. If you help me get the tourists flowing back into town, we'll be square as a sledgehammer. I'll unlock my door. A bed stealer I can deal with. Someone with my handcrafted shield would prove way more difficult to wallop. Last night was a little rough. I woke up on the floor, my bed nowhere to be found. Can you believe that? What type of yahoo steals a bed while you're sleeping in it? And the most curious part, nothing else is missing. Usually, that sleep depriver would be hunted down and fed to the crumbler. But today's different. Today, I got a pretty great tip in my jar for no reason. Someone out there must have wanted to show appreciation for the Wetzel Watch program.
I stumbled upon some kind of curiosity shop. Aha! Something big and round. Hopefully no one would mind if I borrowed this tabletop.
I thought this might do the trick.
What a clever choice! Such craftsmanship, and sturdy, too! Just hope you didn't pay too much. I'd hate for you to have spent all your money when you've only just arrived in town, right? You ready, Mr. Fancy Cakes? I know, darling, I know. Silly question. You were born ready.
I decided to leave some coins for the tabletop.
Ariel and I don't read fortunes anymore.
Yep. There was no future in it.
Oh, we couldn't tell fortunes even if we wanted to. Someone purchased our fortune table when we were watching the parade.
Bless their heart. Whoever left us that money is bound to have good fortune.
Wish we had more thoughtfulness like that in Daventry.
Well, then give me a second.
Well, we couldn't tell fortunes if we wanted to. Some scoundrel stole our fortune table whilst we were watching the parade.
Mm-hmm. You haven't seen anyone rolling around Daventry with our tabletop, have you?
Nope, can't say that I have.
Oh. Well, Muriel, we better keep our doors locked until we catch that thief.
I'm pretty sure I saw the Merchant of Miracles using your table as a replacement wheel for his ridiculous cart.
That shyster! We better keep our doors locked, Muriel. He might come back for our pickled fish legs.
I'm sorry, I couldn't find anyone to pay. A man was stranded in the forest and needed a wheel, so I borrowed your table and lent it to him.
Oh, that's actually pretty clever. We can't be mad at that, can we? We were about to toss that old table anyway. Glad it's being put to use.
Oh, thank the stars. We don't have to lock our doors anymore.
I think we're safe now. Thanks for being honest, boy.
Our new strategy seems to be working. When we were watching the parade, someone left us a 3-corn tip for absolutely no reason.
I don't believe in random acts of kindness, but I do believe in weekend trips to Tanalore. So thanks, mysterious coin angel, wherever you are.
Oh, coming. Sorry for all the locks. There's a thief running around town. Well, hello there. Usually I'd say good afternoon, but it's been quite rough around here. The bridges are all out, my supplier has gone missing, and when I was at the parade, someone stole my big loaf of bread. Oh, you haven't seen anyone running around with a big piece of sourdough, have you?
Nope, I can't say that I have.
Huh. Well, I better keep my doors locked until I find that thief.
I saw some squirrels nibbling on a big piece of bread around the corner.
Squirrels. I better keep my doors locked before they come back for my walnut strudel.
Well, about that, I kinda, sorta, borrowed it. A man was stranded and needed help. No one seemed to be around to pay. I didn't know what to do. I'm sorry.
Well, you can always leave a tip on the counter. That does make me feel better, though. Honesty is a virtue I admire. I'm just glad I don't have to lock the door anymore. Tell you what, buy a pie from me, and we'll be square as a napkin. Even though the bridges are out and my supplier has gone missing, I got a generous tip when I wasn't even here. Oh, bless their soul. They probably left it as a thank you for my charity work. No one ever goes hungry when I'm around. Well, now, you fine strapping lad. How may I help you?
Oh, wait, before my mind slips, I was able to procure an entrance ticket to the tournament. Since you so graciously found me a wheel, I am more than willing to sell it to you at a reasonably discounted rate. Are you interested?
No thanks. Not really interested.
Are you sure? They'll charge you double at the tournament. They're not as trustworthy as I am.
The price still seems really high to me.
Okay, you're twisting my turban here. I didn't pay you for such a deal, Deliberator. Final offer, half off the previously discounted rate. Come on, treat yourself, boy.
I'll see if I can find a better deal at the tournament.
I'll suit yourself, but don't say I never did anything for you. Now, let's Vamanusi from this Meadowland, Mr. Fancy Cakes. It is go time. Mr. Fancy Cakes! Halt! Heel! Halt! Avast! Stop! We sincerely hope you enjoyed your stay in our luxury cabin. Please gather your belongings and watch your head on exit.
Thanks for the hospitality.
No time to lounge, my boy! Lucky for you, the parade is halted. Another case of a mysterious missing bridge, I imagine. Watch your step. We wouldn't want any tears in that illustrious cape. Bon voyage, Buttercup! Don't forget about us working folk, especially when your pockets are full of riches.
Wait, hey! Get back here, you dirty thief! The price still seems really high to me.
Okay, you're twisting my turban here. I didn't pay you for such a deal, Deliberator. Final offer, half off the previously discounted rate. Come on, treat yourself, boy.
Well, what is the actual price?
Well, what do you know? It costs exactly that much. Thank you. Fortuitous fate meeting you, my boy. Here you are. Release me, you fiends! Oh, it's you again. Save me! Save me! Stop this madness! Help! Avail! Thwart! Infi! Help! You could have saved me, boy! I'm sorry! No! Who will deliver all my oftentimes delicious ingredients? Who will feed and bathe Mr. Fancy Cakes? I have no fix for this!
A package had flown off the cart that was to be delivered to the Hobblepots. It was a snoozy leaf. I searched that vagrant's cart for my money, but I only found 1 coin.
Well, my mom whipped up a stack of my special chocolate chip pancakes, and she never lets me leave the house until I finished all my breakfast.
I'll just pencil in Mummy's boy.
I, don't know what the term extenuating means.
I'll just pencil in dim-witted.
Now that's bold. You don't even know what you're buying. No matter. I'll gladly take your money and give you my gardening tool. It's the only thing you can afford.
Did you do it? Did you spend your only gold coin on the epic weed whacker?
I did. The bold costs a fortune.
Now, Graham, promise me you will only use this for its intended purpose.
I shall be brave in all my hedge trimmings.
Those plants will never see it coming.
Stalama, Stalama!
If you're not going to compete for yourself or me, do it for the Itchtuans. They need you. You're their last hope.
I couldn't go back if I wanted to. After all that, I didn't even get an eye.
Here, have one of mine. I have plenty. No excuses now.
Now, Knight Hopefuls, if you would be so kind as to present your eyes. He seems distressed.
I don't know why. It looks as though his pre-order went through.
True enough. Do you remember your eye?
Oh, yes. It once belonged to a hideous, majestic unicorn. You know, before the proclamation.
Take that and that! Oh, Mr. Springbottom. What? You're surprised I'm competing in this stuffed animal tournament? You know what? I will make some stories of my own. I'll pick up where my last book left off. It was called 31 Ways to Slay a Monster. Yar! I just can't do it, Mr. Springbottom. Yar, yar, yar! Yeah!
Gwendolyn!
I'm sorry, Grandma.
Now, Knight Hopefuls, if you would be so kind as to present your eyes. I'd look happier if that was my eye.
I'd look less happy if that was my face.
Look who's talking.
Yes, look who is talking.
Take that and that! Oh, Mr. Springbottom. What? You're surprised I'm competing in this stuffed animal tournament? You know what? I will make some stories of my own. I'll pick up where my last book left off. It was called 31 Ways to Slay a Monster. Yar! Arr! Ya-ya! Hi-ya! Hi-ya! That's what you get, Mr. Springbottom. Hi-ya!
Gwendolyn!
I'm sorry, Grandma.
Turn.
So you spent your only coin to buy the lantern.
I did. I figured that lantern would light an alternate path to find an eye.
Thanks, dearie. And here's your lovely pumpkin lantern with a glowing blue flame candle. This will work great for dipping.
Go ahead and dunk it.
Ta-da!
Purple. Well, yeah, ta-da! Here you go, boy.
I'm ready for the presentation. I have extracted an eye from the most hideous of beasts.
Whoa, the snarling Snarlax. It's so purple and flamey.
Right this way. Well done.
Now, Knight Hopefuls, if you would be so kind as to present your eyes. I thought it was the two-eyed snarling Snarlax with 6 legs, 3 claws, and 1 tooth.
Oh, I've heard of a three-eyed species, but very rare.
You just completely made that up.
My uncle once caught a five-eyed.
I'll pick up where my last book left off. It was called 31 Ways to Slay a Monster. Yeah! Surprise, Mr. Springbottom!
Gwendolyn!
I'm sorry, Grandma.
You'd better let me go. I've slain many monsters in my day.
Oh, how annoying for them. Anyone I know?
Well, too many to count, really. Have you heard of the ravenous Yeti of Serenia? The skulking crystal dragon of Eldritch? All slain by me, single-handedly.
Oh, you mean Bill and Susan? We had tea together last week. Now are you sure you wish to threaten me?
Yes, give me your eye. Or else.
Are you really sure?
I bet you weren't expecting this.
Ah, your sting is pretty weak. Are you sure you're not a honeybee?
I am most certainly not a honeybee.
Uh-huh. That's exactly what a honeybee would say. Lucky for you, Ulfie hates the taste of bees. Stingers hurt Ulfie's throat. Now, what do you want from me, honeybee?
If you let me go, I can return to you with bundles of royal food. You see, I'm training to be a knight. If you release me, I'll make sure the king rewards you for your troubles.
You're a little scrawny for a knight. A long neck and a silly feather like that? Are you sure you aren't a goose?
Yes, I am quite sure I am not a goose.
That's exactly what a goose would say. Lucky for you, Ulfie hates the taste of goose. The feathers are bad for digestion. Now, what do you want from Ulfie, Goosey?
Hey, you don't look like a troll. You look like a scab. And I love the taste of scabs. Delicious.
He's no scab, he's a honeybee, and Ulfie's friend. Let him in, Pilar. His tiny stinger can help us.
Any friend of Wolfie's is usually make-believe.
Well, I am actually an imaginary friend.
You are? Then how do we share a pie?
Well, I didn't actually eat any of that pie. So, see? Imaginary.
Ha! Imaginary or not, only trolls are allowed.
Right. Well, in that case, I'm an imaginary troll bee.
You are? Why didn't you just say so?
Well, I know that often bridge trolls from different regions can sometimes be at war, and I'm just here passing through.
Friend or not, you must prove you are indeed a troll. Why don't you join me in the secret dance of the Bridge Troll Guild, and we'll find out.
Yeah. Can't stop. All right.
Okay, one more challenge. How would you fare in a duel of speed?
No, Manny. It's over. Just as the battle isn't always claimed by the strong, and the race isn't always won by the swift, sometimes the intelligent falter. And I think now is my chance. And now is my time.
Come on, Graham. One more duel for a chaka. Do it for the village of starving Pitch-Threans.
Oh, you said his village was home to the Itch-Tuins. What exactly is your plan here? Because I'm starting
Duel
to...
of speed!
No, Graham, he's not worth it.
The tournament! It's about to start!
Well, you best get out there, young lady. Good luck. And remember what I told you. Take on the duel with deftness.
I thought you said to be quick-witted in duel.
I did. Remembering my past made me think about some of my roots I'd forgotten. Sometimes it's better to do as I do, not as I say.
Thanks, Grandpa. I will. Are you going to watch?
Of course, of course. I'll be down momentarily.
Hope you practiced, Gwendolyn.
Nope. Just listen to stories.
You learned all that from Grandpa's stories.
It was a fantastically fiery tale. Perhaps his ridiculous ramblings have a point. The tournament! It's about to start!
Well, you best get out there, young lady. Good luck. And remember what I told you. Take on the duel with quick-wittedness.
Thanks, Grandpa. You've always guided me straight. Are you going to watch?
Of course, of course. I'll be down momentarily.
Hope you practiced, Gwendolyn.
Nope. Just listen to stories.
What? I'm not sure I like this. You're such a bizarre creature. Get back here! Ah, horse feathers.
Exactly. Cannot believe I just said that.